How does it feel to betray the people of Hong Kong? We're in the Central District of Hong Kong documenting a protest that was unfolding at noon. A protest full of business people. They were in high heels and business suits. This wasn't the regular protests that you've seen typically in international media. This is basically the Wall Street of Hong Kong. And while they were protesting in a show of strength following an embarrassing defeat of the pro-Beijing loyalists last night, Regina Ip with her squadron of Hong Kong police force pushed their way through an entire block full of peaceful protesters in maybe a show of strength, you could call it, even though last night her party met an embarrassing defeat. How does it feel to betray the people of Hong Kong? Are you excited for the sanctions? How does it feel to betray the people of Hong Kong? Now, as she left, she got into a taxi cab, a nondescript taxi cab. It was very well orchestrated. This was a pre-planned provocation of these peaceful protesters. She got into this taxi cab and fled, and the police got into their van, and as they did, the crowd went nuts, booing the police officers, in fact, and they eventually left, and the crowd almost immediately dispersed to get back to work. This is the Wall Street of Hong Kong, effectively, and these are not the typical protesters that you see wearing black and graffitiing the streets. These are people who sit at desks at work throughout the day, and they came out to protest and celebrate even the victory that the democracy movement had last night. I think it seems like they were trying to get a reaction, trying to get people to break the law, to assault her even, so that she could act like a martyr, so she could show the world that these protesters are violent, vile people. They weren't. She went through without a hitch. They just shouted at her and booed her and exercised the liberties that they're allowed to exercise for the meantime until 2047, when those liberties expire. For Rebel News in Hong Kong, I'm Keean Bexte. We're in Central District, where a protest is being staged to support the locals in PolyU. If you want to follow along with our coverage, go to HongKongReports.com. Follow me on Twitter live at @TheRealKeean. Follow Rebel News on Instagram at news.rebel, and pitch in, perhaps if you have some spare change, to fund our efforts here in Hong Kong. It costs about $5,000 to bring myself and my cameraman here to Hong Kong from North America. If you go to HongKongReports.com and pitch in a few bucks, it would go a long ways to helping our coverage here on the ground.